The last lecture, we looked at intramolecular forces contributing to protein folding and stability. Now let's discuss intermolecular forces contributing to protein stability and folding. The first of intermolecular forces that we'll be discussing is hydrogen bonds. So, how does hydrogen bond formation occur within protein molecules? You have hydrogen attached to one electronegative atom. If this hydrogen, which is attached to one electronegative atom, comes in contact with another electronegative atom, which has much more affinity for electrons, then the former acts as electron donor and the latter acts as electron acceptor. Now, the strength of the bond formed can vary from 10 to 40 kilojoule per mole. It definitely is a function of electronegativity of the atom that is involved in bond formation and the orientation of donor atoms. So, what I mean by orientation is the bond angle that is formed. The maximum strength of hydrogen bond is observed when theta is equal to 0. And when theta is equal to 90, the strength of hydrogen bond is equal to 0, as we all know. Now, what happens is that when these two molecules come together, there is a permanent dipole creation due to interaction that is existing between the two. Now, what groups are responsible for forming hydrogen bonds within protein molecules? The most common species when it comes to protein is going to be your amide group and carbonyl group. Apart from that, you also have phenolic group, hydroxyl group, carboxylic group that are capable of forming hydrogen bonds within protein molecule. Now, one important thing to remember in this regard is the maximum bond energy is exhibited when the distance between the two electronegative atoms is around 2.9 angstrom. Above and below this value, there is a reduction in the strength of bond. Why? Because when the distance between the two electronegative atoms is reduced, okay, there is repulsive force that is created and it becomes dominant. Why? The two electronegative atoms, they carry the same charge, meaning there is repulsion between like charges. On the other hand, when you increase the distance between the two atoms, there is a weak dipole-dipole interaction between NH group and carbonyl group. It does not facilitate the formation of hydrogen bond. Now, how does it help in maintaining the stability of protein and also contribute to protein folding? When we talk about hydrogen bond, why do proteins want to form these bonds? Because each bond that is formed, it reduces the free energy of the system by minus 4.5 kilocalorie per mole. This contribution is very significant if you look at the protein molecule as a whole and considering that several groups are capable of forming the bonds. Having said that, it is not going to be easy for hydrogen bond formation within protein molecule, especially when water is present. Why? Because water has a tendency to form hydrogen bonds, so it can compete with the amide and carbonyl group in formation of hydrogen bond. So, how is it ensured that proteins are capable of forming hydrogen bond when present in aqueous solution? There is creation of low dielectric environment, which promotes interactions between non-polar residues. It's essentially achieved by addition of organic solvents, salts, or sugar. Thank you for staying with me through the video. In case you have any queries, please feel free to put them in the comment section and I'll get back at the earliest.